Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting off today by pulling my hair back with a headband. I'm just going to do this just so I don't have hair all over my face. I'm going to be starting off today with two different eyeshadow primers. I always do this because I really like this primer from Nars. It really makes my eyeshadows last all day without creasing. And then I like to use the primer from MAC Painterly Paint Pot because it really evens out the color of my eyelids and sort of removes the discoloration in the veins that show through my skin. I haven't found a primer so far that does both those things for me, so obviously just, do whatever you need. You don't have to use two primers if you don't need to. So now I'm going to start off by doing my eyebrows with a spoolie. I like to just brush my eyebrows upwards. This makes it easier when I want to fill them in. Here I'm using this kit from Anastasia, and I'm going to be using the brow powder, the lighter color in the Duo. And I like to use that one just to fill in the front of my brows, and then when I get to the tail of my eyebrow, I like to use the darker color. So now I'm going to use this Too Faced eyeshadow. You guys can really use any sort of cream colored eyeshadow or even a concealer. I know most people like to carve out their eyebrows with some concealer, but I find that kind of looks cakey. So I'm just going to do that with the powder, and this sort of doubles as a highlight as well. So right here I'm using this brow gel from Maybelline, and I'm just going to be combing that through my eyebrows just to sort of make them last all day. So I'm going to start off my eyeshadow with MAC Kid Eyeshadow. This is a matte sort of light brown color, and I'm just going to sweep that all over my crease. Now I'm going in with MAC Era. This shade is a sort of very light brown that has a satin finish. I like this eyeshadow because it looks really natural, and that's what I was going for today. So now I'm going to tightline my eyes with this pencil from Maybelline. This is a brown instead of a black. You guys could use a black if you want. I just wanted something a little bit softer, and since I'm blonde, black can look a little bit harsh on me sometimes. So I just tightlined my eyes with that, and I also applied it on the outer corners of my waterline. I didn't want to bring it all the way in because I didn't want it to be too harsh. Now I'm using this mascara from Covergirl. I'm just applying that all over my upper lashes. You could use this on your lower lashes too, but I kind of forgot to do that today, so it's up to you, whatever you like. So now I'm going to start off my base by using a primer. I'm using this one from Bourjois because it's a moisturizing primer and I like the way it feels on my skin. I don't feel like this is a necessity, but I just like it because it's an extra layer of moisture. Here I'm using this foundation from Bourjois. I absolutely love this foundation, guys. I found it this summer and it works so well for dry skin. I really recommend it. And I'm just going to be buffing that in with a flat top brush. So here I'm using another product from Bourjois. This is their concealer. I'm just going to be using this right under my eyes to sort of brighten up the area and conceal my dark circles. I'm using my fingers to blend this in just because I find it's the easiest. Like I said, I have dry skin, and using the warmth of your fingers is really going to help if you have dryness under your eyes. Now I'm going to be going in with some powder. I'm using loose powder today, and I'm just going to be setting my under eyes with that. So using the same concealer I was using before for my under eyes, I'm going to be using that to conceal my blemishes. So I'm just patting that over my spots and blending that in with my fingers. Once again, I find this is the easiest way to make it look really natural. Now I'm using L'Oreal True Match powder. This is a powder foundation. I'm just using that over my blemishes just to add more coverage. I'm also using that on the sides of my nose just to sort of add more coverage there as well because I have a bit of redness. Now I'm using MAC Swiss Chocolate eyeshadow. I'm going to be blending that right under my eyes with a smudge brush. I'm doing this just because you'll see later on I'm using some false lashes, and I just want to sort of balance out the look. So I'm just smudging that with the small smudge brush. And right here I'm going to be using this brush from Sigma, which I love to blend my under eye area out. And I use that with a bit of Kid Eyeshadow just to make it easier. So now with the same smudge brush, I'm just going to be applying this eyeshadow from L'Oreal in the shade Forever Pink. I just thought it would look pretty with the lips, and I'm just applying that wet in my inner corners. I would suggest using these eyeshadows from L'Oreal with your fingers just because I actually found it easier afterwards to apply with my fingers. And right here I'm going to be applying these false lashes from Quo, they're individual lashes, and I applied maybe 10 per eye, I'd say. This is really time consuming, and if you want something quicker you could just skip the false lashes or apply just a regular strip of false lashes. Right here I'm going to be curling my lashes just to make sure everything looks natural. Here I'm using this liquid liner from Milani. I'm just applying the tiniest amount really close to my lash line. I'm just doing this so there's no gaps where the individual false lashes are. And right here I'm using this black eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, and I'm just applying that over the liquid liner just to make it less harsh. So now I'm going to be using this Velvet Matte Lip Pencil from Nars in the shade Walkyrie. In my last tutorial I used the same lip pencil, but I used it in the shade Red Square. And guys, these are so nice. I really recommend these. They're matte, but they're very thin and they're not too drying, and they just feel really comfortable. So I really recommend them if you're looking for a matte lip product that's not too drying. Here I'm using this powder foundation, the same one I used before on my face from L'Oreal. I'm just using this to carve out my lips and make them look cleaner. You guys could use concealer as well, I just rather powder, I find it looks more natural. Now I'm using this blush from Tarte in the color Stellar. This is a limited blush from a Christmas kit that I got with samples. Just use whatever bronzer you like. I'm just using this to sort of warm up my face and contour just a little bit. So that's it guys, I really hope you liked the video. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought, and I will see you in my next video.